Hello and welcome to Rathods IAS Academy. Today in this session, we are going to see current affairs of 4th August 2024. So let's get started. And here I am taking daily edition of Hindu. So whichever edition you are having, you can go to that. There will be no problem with changing of edition. So here and there only state related articles will be changed, that's it. But overall the important articles from UPSC point of view will be covered. Okay. And one more thing here is whenever you are reading newspaper or either any standard book or static syllabus, you have to follow your UPSC syllabus and read accordingly. Don't deviate from the syllabus. Syllabus will be like a guiding light and it's like a Bible. So you have to follow syllabus in each and every step of your preparation. So I mean to say is till you enter into services, so this UPSC syllabus should be with you and you have to be aware with micro listing of topics as well. It is very important. And second one is previous year questions of both prelims and mains. So you have to know about this questions for sure, so that you can understand how questions are asking in your UPSC and accordingly you can prepare your current affairs. Okay, clear? So these two are very important in your preparation. So let's get started and let us see the front page. So in this front page you can see one article. It is about Gandhi King Foundation plan runs into FCRA hurdles. So here it is talking about Gandhi and as well as one more famous personality, that is Martin Luther King. Okay, it is about Gandhi and Martin Luther King Foundation, and here one more important keyword is FCRA. So first keyword here is FCRA, Foreign Contribution Regulation Act, and next one here it is talking about Gandhi and King Foundation. So here you have to know about contributions of Mahatma Gandhi and as well as Martin Luther King. So those two are very important, and you will be reading them from GS paper 1 history, and to be specific from modern history you will be studying about Gandhiji related movements, because he entered into India from South Africa from year 1915 onwards. So 1915 onwards, after Mahatma Gandhi entered into our freedom struggle, the entire the freedom struggle had been changed, right? So there was mass movements and even women started participation, and there were very significant movements you have to remember, like Keda Satyagraha, Ahmedabad mill strike, Quit India movement, civil disobedience movement. So wherever you go, so whenever the leadership of Mahatma Gandhi was there, it was like a successful. But even though there were some challenges, but we will be considering as this Mahatma Gandhi, father of nation, because of his contributions to our Indian freedom struggle. And next one here is, even you will be studying about values of Mahatma Gandhi from GS paper 4, that is from your ethics point of view. Also you will be studying about Mahatma Gandhi and his ethical values, non-violence, everything we will be studying. And even you will be studying about this great personality, that is Martin Luther King, from your GS paper 4. Okay, so here actually this article is saying that, so this Gandhi and Martin Luther King Foundation, it is receiving funds from the foreign countries. So whenever any foundation or any NGO, if it is receiving funds from foreign countries, then they have to be registered under this FCRA, and it should follow the guidelines of this FCRA, that is Foreign Contribution Regulation Act. So now whenever this organization is receiving the foreign funds, so there is a problem which is getting from this FCRA. So because of this is in news. So let us see this article in detail. And one more thing is, today is Sunday. There is no editorial, there is no op-ed, there is no text and context. Only we have science and technology page that we have to focus. So there are very less number of articles in Sunday newspaper. So maximum within 20 to 25 minutes, I will be concluding today's news analysis. Okay. So let us see what this article is saying. So Gandhi King Scholarly Exchange Initiative. So this established to improve India-US relations. So whenever you are talking about India-US relations from international relations, yes, from culturally also we are connected. How? So we are having this Gandhi King Scholarly Exchange Initiative, so which is boosting our India-US relations as well. Okay, so in this way also this article you can use in our international relations point of view. And actually So it mainly shows the legacies of Mahatma Gandhi and as well as Dr. Martin Luther King and what challenges they faced. Okay, and they said about especially historical perspective of those people, and they want to spread the knowledge. But now here this initiative which is receiving foreign contributions from other countries, and now it is facing challenges from this FCRA, Foreign Contribution Regulation Act. Actually, the funding is around $40 million. It is very huge. And now, because of the challenges in this FCRA, so this fund had been stalled. Okay, this is the thing why it is in news. So if you see some important things like the diplomatic relations, so this initiative which will be showcasing about how we can improve relations with US, first one. And even we can enhance our diplomatic ties between these two nations. So whenever we are having this regulatory hurdles, it will be undermining or underscoring India-US relations. And this one is, if you see the challenges in the funding, FCRA poses significant challenges in foreign funding in India, so that it will be mainly reflecting the approach towards international financial influences. So why FCRA is required? Because whenever any organization is present in India, if it is getting funds from other countries, so other countries' influence will be there in our country for sure. So to be a neutral or to reduce this type of influence of other countries in our Indian politics or Indian system, yes, we have to control this organization which are receiving funds from the foreign countries. So whenever we are not having this FCRA means there will be no regulation. So whenever there is no regulation, we are not going to control the things. Things will be not in our hands, right? So for this FCRA is very important. And even with this collaboration, so we are exchanging programs, we are focusing on academic demonstrations, academic collaborations, etc. And next one here is, so this will be also helpful for important development of this foundation. So whenever they are getting funds, then only they can spread, they can give their initiatives. If there is no funds, then what happens? The developments and initiatives of this will be get hurdled, right? And next one is, if you're talking about regulatory environment, so the scrutiny of this foreign funds is very, very important in our country, because we need to go for careful navigation of these international entities. And this one is, it is going to have a new long-term impact if these funds had been stalled for a longer period of time. So the relation between India and US will be also going to at a low phase. So this is the thing which mainly said. And if you're talking about this FCRA, so this law which enacted by our parliament, why? To regulate foreign contributions in our country. And it may be like individuals or associations or any NGO which is taking this foreign funds. So they have to be registered with this FCRA. And this act is in consolidating form. Actually, it is passed in year 1976. And later on in 2010, also recently the amendments we made to this FCRA. An important aim of this act it is to prevent foreign contributions of foreign organizations which are influencing Indian politics or social, political, economical, or any religious discussions, etc. in our country. And it comes under purview of Ministry of Home Affairs. So it is very important for prelims. And next one is foreign. What is the meaning of foreign contribution? So foreign contribution is nothing but it may be any donation or any delivery or transfer which is made by foreign source, or like any article or any currency or even any security, which all comes under this foreign contributions. Okay, let us move on to another article. So here you can see 5 policemen sacked in Jammu and Kashmir in drug and terror cases. So this article is saying that 6 government employees, out of the 6 government employees, 5 were policemen and 1 is a teacher. So they were sacked under Article 311 of Indian Constitution. So here you have to focus on Article 311. So in yesterday's class we discussed about Article 341 and as well as 342, and also Article 14 and Article 16. So these articles we studied in our yesterday's class. Apart from this, we also studied about Article 110, Article 112, Article 280, etc. And this article is talking about especially Article 311. So whenever there is any article in news, you have to know at least what is that article, it deals with what. Because you can get question like recently Article 311 is in news, what it is related to. So in this way you can get a question. So Article 311 deals with dismissal, removal or reduction of rank of civil servant, without a departmental enquiry or informing them of the charges against them and giving a reasonable opportunity to be heard. So actually this is related to your itself, that is you are preparing for civil services, right? So here this article 311 says that dismissal or removal or reduction in the rank of civil servants without any proper inquiry, and even you will be not informing the charges on which you are removed or reduction or dismissed, etc., and you will be giving a reasonable opportunity to be heard. Okay, that is a one important thing. Okay, so if you go on to city page, there is nothing much important. But in states page, there are some articles which are relevant from your exam point of view. Let us see that. So this article is saying that port shadow hovers over mangroves, livelihood of fisher folk in coastal Palghar. So here there are two keywords. First one is ports and next one is mangroves. So let us write the keywords. First one, it is talking about port or port development, and on another side it is talking about mangrove. So what you can expect about this article? So whenever we are going for development of ports, so it will be having impact on mangroves, and even what other potential impacts we are going to have. So that is the thing which is discussed in this article. So actually this mangroves you will be studying in your GS paper 1 under geography, and even from GS paper 3 under economy also you will be studying, right? So what are the basic things that you have to remember from this article? You have to understand what is this mangroves, and you have to see which type of trees are seen. So normally you will be knowing about famous mangrove in India is Sundarbans. So the name of the Sundarbans got from the tree which is grown or which is present in that area called as Sundari tree, right? So you have to see which type of vegetation we can see in this mangroves. And from this mangroves, every year you will be getting at least one question from your prelims. If you are not getting question prelims, you will be getting question your mains. So here you have to know about what are the services which is provided by these mangroves and what are the impacts they are facing now. And even you have to see what is the impact of climate change on these mangroves. So all these are the dimensions that you have to know. And here now you have to understand, whenever we are going for development of the sports in this mangrove region, what is the impact? So impact will be normally negative and as well as positive. You have to see what is the positive impact and what is the negative impact. Okay, so this article is important from your economy and as well as environment, geography and disaster management point of view. Okay, let us see this in detail. So this article is saying that the construction of major port in Vadhavan in Maharashtra, where it is located in Maharashtra. So it is going to threaten livelihoods of local fishermen, because this fishermen, they will be going for fishing in this mangroves, and these mangroves, they provide the rich source of fishes in this mangroves, right? So what happens here is, whenever we are going for construction in this region, it will be affecting the livelihoods of this local fishermen, and so that it will be also having negative impact on ecological balance of that region. So if you see some details, it is saying that yes, whenever we are going for operation of these ports, it will be severely affecting the local fishing. So whenever there is any coastal area, what happened, mostly the local people, they are present, or their livelihood will be based on this fishing, coastal fishing, etc. So whenever you are going for this port operation, it will be affecting these families' livelihood. And next one is, they will be not getting proper alternatives, so that they will be not having sustainable income sources. And next one is, whenever we are going for destruction of mangroves and we are going for development of the sports, then what happens, it will be having long-term risk on the biodiversity and even on coastal protection. That will be threatening our environment and even community resilience as well. So whenever you are writing your answers, you have to use this type of keywords like biodiversity, coastal protection, community resilience, and as well as impact on environment, threatening of environment, climate change. So whenever you are using this type of words, then that will be improving your answer writing skills. And next one is, it is also going to have a long-term consequence. So what is that long-term consequence? That will lead to increasing of, whenever there is increasing of sea levels, what happens, there will be changing in the weather patterns on local livelihood. So port construction would be a far-reaching effects than beyond this immediate economic concerns. So whenever we are focusing on economic concerns like improving of economy, and when we are not focusing on environment, or when we are negligent about our environment, rather than the economic profit, we will be having economic destruction, so environmental destruction. So this is the thing which mainly said. So here mangroves are very very important because it will be absorbing the excess water. Whenever there is increasing of sea level rise is happening, so whatever the extra water is there, so that will be easily absorbed by this wetlands or mangroves. So whenever we are diverting this mangroves for ports, then what happened? So here it will be having the threat on the local livelihood, and even we will be having far reaching impacts. So if you see some facts regarding this mangroves, they are unique type of coastal ecosystem which are found in India, and especially in tropical and subtropical region we can see them, and they are having dense forest of salt tolerant trees, shrubs, etc. And these ecosystems, they are characterized by their ability to withstand harsh conditions, for example saline water, tidal fluctuations, muddy, oxygen poor soils, etc. So I gave you one mind map here. If you see here, it is talking about importance of this mangroves. So mangroves will be helpful for biodiversity conservation because it will be providing a unique habitat for wide variety of plants and as well as animal species. And especially if you see Sundarbans in India, they are having Royal Bengal tigers, Irrawaddy dolphins, and other species of animals and as well as plants. And next one is this mangroves will be helpful for coastal protection. So mangroves, they act as natural habitats against coastal erosion, and even they will be reducing the impact of waves and as well as ocean currents, etc. So if you are not having mangroves, then that region will be vulnerable to the tides and as well as ocean currents. And next one is it will be also helpful for carbon sequestration. So mangroves, they are highly efficient carbon sinks. So they will absorb as much amount of carbon dioxide in the atmosphere. So for that also they plays a very important role. And next one is fisheries and livelihood. So mangroves, they support fisheries and as well as nurseries, and even they provide local food security and even environment concerns they will be also taking into part, and even you can see they will be helpful for local employment opportunities. And next one is even this mangroves are very helpful for water quality improvement. So because of this, in 2022 the question was which are the kidneys? So answer here is mangroves. And next one is it will be also helpful for tourism and as well as recreation, to attract more tourists, and for recreational things also we can go for using of this mangroves. For example, bird watching, and for example for sustainable economic growth for local communities also we can use this mangroves. And now let us move on to next topic. So here there is nothing much important, and mostly the articles regarding Wayanad and the Himachal Pradesh, Uttarakhand, they are news. And yesterday's class itself we discussed those articles. And this news page also there is nothing much important. Yes, here you can see one article, Agriculture Transformation in India, a lesson for others, says our Prime Minister. So our Prime Minister is saying that India became food surplus country, and even we are providing solutions for global food nutrition security as well. So here earlier, before Green Revolution, that is before 1960s, India's condition was very drastic. We don't have proper food production, and even whatever food produced is very very low. It is not at all sufficient for our people. So we used to import food grains from other countries. That the third grade of grains that we used to import from USA. And later on in 1960s, we came with this green revolution. So that green revolution, we started using hybrid variety of seeds, proper irrigation, proper fertilizers, etc. And finally we increased our food production. Okay, so that is the thing that you have to remember, and that is the thing which is saying by our Prime Minister now. So we are ensuring the food security as well as nutrition security. And here you can see one very interesting article. It is talking about after 61 years, 4-ringed butterfly resurfaces in India. So here you can see, okay, 4-ringed, 1, 2, 3, 4, 4-ringed butterfly. So earlier actually it was found mainly in around 1951, I think so. After that again we are seeing this butterfly now. That means after almost 61 years we don't see this. So here, whenever you are getting that type of species in news, you have to know which is that species, first important thing. And second one is you have to understand whether it is a butterfly or whether it is a caterpillar or whether it is a fish species, snake species or etc. And you have to see area which had been found. And you have to see which is the natural habitat of that so and so animal or bird species or any plant species. So this article will be very important from your UPSC environment point of view. In environment, every year you will be getting at least 2 to 3 questions in your prelims regarding the species in news. Okay, now let us see this in detail. So this article is saying that after 61 years, the great four-ringed butterfly, the name here is Yapthema cantili, has been rediscovered in India, specifically in where Nanpaha National Park. So whenever you are seeing any national park in news, you have to know where it is located. This Nanpaha National Park is in Arunachal Pradesh. So you can get a question like Yapthema cantili is seen recently in news. To which species it belongs to? So in that way also you can get question from your environment. So last year cicada. So they gave the question regarding cicada. Cicada is in news. Which is that so and so belongs to? It is an insect species. So if you see the details, it says that the historical context says that yes, in 1957 for the last time we saw that butterfly species in India, and 2024 it has been founded. And the important thing I want to share here is, so it was not found by any Geological Survey of India geologist, but the policemen, whenever they were going here, so they identified this butterfly species. So here, because of this rediscovery of this butterfly in Tiger Reserve, so which says that yes, there is a good ecological significance in this Nanpaha National Park. So we are having a diverse species here. So we have to protect their habitat. So we'll be knowing that. And next one is we have to focus on the research collaboration. So whoever people who are going here, like archaeologists, like botanists or geologists or any people, and even police people research team, which also illustrate that yes, we can have the collaboration between the different disciplines, not only the people who are doing the research in these plants and animals, but even police, army will also very helpful for the conservation process. And next one is whatever the knowledge gap you're having regarding this lack of butterfly population data. So here when we are not having the data, we can't go for conservation and we can't go for proper biodiversity assessment. So we can do this. And next one is Yapthema diversity. So the genus of this which says that yes, this butterfly is very rich and seen highly in China and as well as in northeastern India. Okay, so because of this we can understand that we need to take some steps for the conservation of this butterfly. Okay, now let us see the next article. It is about underwater mapping reveals insights into melting of ice shelves. So actually newly one research had been done. In that research they found that below this Dodson ice shelf. So this Dodson ice shelf is located in west of Antarctica, and in this study they found that there is significant melting of glaciers or melting of ice is happening, and the reason of this melting of ice is because of warm ocean water. So because of this warm ocean water, the melting of ice is happening in this Karnataka. So this is the thing which mainly said. So if you see the details, it says that autonomous exploration. So use of autonomous underwater vehicles which allows the researchers to gather data, and even we can understand the inaccessible environments so that it will reveal the critical information about ice shelf dynamics, and that would be impossible to obtain otherwise. So if you're using these vehicles, underwater vehicles, then only we can understand, or else we can't understand. And next one is the basal melt patterns. The study documents mainly says that the melting patterns are more complex than previously thought with warm water, which is creating a unique geological feature, and because of that there is overall influence on ice stability. And next one here is there are some implications of the sea level rise. So whenever we find that Dodson ice shelf connection to this glacier, then what happened whenever we are understanding that there is increasing of the melting of the glaciers, then we can predict the future sea level changes. And because of this increasing of sea level in the future, so what will be the global impact? So we can understand this catastrophic global impact in the future. And next one here is, with the studies we can even understand the temperature and as well as salinity monitoring, so that we can collect some real-time data on water temperature and as well as salinity, because temperature and salinity is having lots of impact on ocean currents, melting, etc. So here whenever we are focusing on this, then we can see about the glacier melt rates, and even we can enhance the predictive models. And if you see the current measurements, so researchers, they measured underwater currents, they are present beneath the glacier, so that we can get the insights regarding how they are accelerating the melting. And even if you see the presence of some vertical fractures are there in this ice shelf, then we can understand the melting process had been started and it will be progress rapidly, and we can see like rapid melting will be happening in the future days. And in this way you can assess this article. So if you're moving on to other articles, like in the science page, so here there is one article which is important. It is saying that fighting mosquito menace with repellents and vaccines. So mosquito-borne diseases are increasing day by day. So mosquito is one of the important vector for different diseases like dengue, and even dengue cases are rising in Hyderabad. And next one here is even Zika virus cases and even sandfly cases like Chandipura virus. So they are seen in news. And even in recent class, we discussed about India-UK relations. In that UK relations, we are understanding that yes, we are going to develop malaria vaccine. Okay, we are going to develop this malaria vaccine. So here, this article is especially talking about how we can control this malaria. Okay, so this is talking about how we can control this malaria, because April 15 we are celebrating as World Malaria Day, and we are celebrating that to understand the need of investment and as well as political commitment or malaria prevention control. So that here especially have to focus on how we can control this malaria if we are controlling this mosquito. And even you have to understand about malaria and what about this malaria vaccine and the treatment of malaria. That's it. So these are the important articles that appeared in our today's Hindu newspaper. So by this I'm concluding, and thank you so much for watching, and please do like this video and share this video to your friends, and do subscribe to Rathods IS Academy. That's it. Thank you so much.